Picking a future-proof, valuable university degree is one of the most important decisions we make when we are young. If you decide to go to uni, of course, instead of living off daddy's money. In a world where it looks like AI is taking over and many young people are struggling, we students need to make some good moves and prepare for the future. Of course, passion and interests also play a huge role when picking a degree, but one of the most important factors is that we are able to earn money after graduating. I want to have a job. Today I want to show you my approach of finding a future-proof degree, which I also implemented myself when deciding on one a year ago. Because my university journey didn't go, let's say, that smoothly. I'll tell you in just a second what degree I actually picked, but all of this will take me about 8 minutes to explain. And these 8 minutes are gonna save you a shit ton of headaches. Now the first approach to picking a future-proof degree is diversifying our skill set. More skills, more money, so to speak. By picking up multiple skills, we can reduce our chances of getting bamboozled by some unexpected event. So take double majors, for example. They have a huge potential. They take one field and another field, and boom, you have a degree. My university, for example, has degrees that combine engineering and IT, business and IT, and design and IT. I think you get the point. And being able to communicate between two different fields is like having double insurance. Our society is getting so complex, we need people who can see the bigger picture and put themselves in different shoes. For example, I picked computer science and design 1 year ago after quitting my physics degree. And right now I'm in my 3rd semester. It's really funny, there's this ongoing thing that programmers and designers don't get along that well, which I can really understand. They usually have very different characteristics. But imagine you are now someone who can communicate between those two fields because you can relate to and understand both their problems. And this makes you very valuable in the eyes of a company. If you were to pick a double major, ideally the first major is STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics. One of these. And the second one should be more creative, one that is more focused on actual humans, psychology, design, etc. No matter what you're studying, you cannot go wrong by picking up some extra skills that go beyond your main field. It doesn't have to be a double major, for example. I know people who are really into natural sciences and they told me that they want to be better prepared for the world after uni. So they decide to throw in an economics or finance class. The second approach to picking a future-proof degree program is trying to predict demographic and economic trends to then see which careers might be in demand. Just taking a brief moment to really think about the world around us instead of just scrolling on TikTok. So we can look at the world as it is today and see that, for example, the world's population is getting older. But when I go out onto the streets, I see so many elderly people, especially in my home countries, Germany and Japan. And it looks like nowadays people don't have that many children anymore because it's too expensive, too exhausting, whatever the reason is. And this means fields like healthcare, pharmaceuticals and elder care are most likely here to stay. And at the same time, we can also see that computers and robots are getting pretty smart. Actually smarter than we are. So in the long run, you might want to avoid jobs that can be taken over by machines. At my university, I use so many AI tools now, programming, design, presentations, writing, it's literally everywhere. So the time at university is the perfect opportunity to get familiar with these technologies and actually use them in real-life projects. But when I talk about trends, I don't think that diving straight into AI engineering, for example, is the best idea out there, unless you really love it and find meaning in it. It's just my opinion, but blindly following the hype is not the best idea. I mean, everything can happen, we don't know what the future holds, but some ancient Chinese philosopher famously once said, "It's better to have a plan than no plan." Or something like that. Next, we want to focus on transferable skills and the fundamentals. I think the degrees that teach us the fundamentals of this world, like physics, maths, and chemistry, they are full of transferable skills. For example, I started studying physics after graduating high school, and I heard that a lot of people who study it end up in the finance sector or go into software engineering, and not in some weird underground lab somewhere in Alaska. No, they even become actual CEOs, because physics teaches a lot of valuable things that can be used in most of the other fields, like efficient problem solving and logical thinking. Other transferable skills that I'm really passionate about are creating and doing amazing presentations, or the ability to communicate with people and build great relationships. They are degree independent and personally brought me so many opportunities like access to certain events and insider information. I think learning about entrepreneurship is also extremely helpful and enabled me to build some sources of income while being a student. Serious entrepreneurship might as well be one of the few things that teaches you more about life than anything else. I think the most future-proof future-proof jobs are the ones that are the hardest to automate. We all thought that AI would replace all the blue-collar workers, but turns out it is completely the opposite. All the creatives are getting bamboozled now. So in that kind of situation, I think vocational studies are actually pretty good. Unfortunately, vocational studies don't have that much prestige, but they can be insanely lucrative. I think they're more common here in Germany, but let me tell you, a lot of these people make so much bank. Electricians, plumbers, many of them make way more money than people with a university degree, oftentimes even more than doctors. And these professions are going to be future-proof, fixing pipes, building houses. Automation is not going to replace these jobs. So every single one of you who is considering vocational studies, this is amazing. I'm rooting for you. So imagine you're now in the process of picking a degree program. You open the website of your dream university and boom, you have this extremely long list of degree programs. It's massive. There's so many to choose from. It's literally confusing. And many of them sound like the same thing. And I also experienced the struggle. After I stopped my physics degree, I dropped out of uni and I experienced a year of confusion and reorientation. I visited countless university websites and did hours of research because my first decision, physics, didn't work out and I was afraid that something like this would happen again. So here are my 10 suggestions for future-proof degrees. Maybe you're passionate about something on this list, but future-proof also means that the degree needs to be future-proof for your soul. If you really like something, go for it. I believe that in every field there is money to be made. In some it's obviously less, but if you're a really skilled individual, the results will come. I personally don't want to force myself to pursue a meaningless degree and then end up completely miserable. A degree that genuinely excites you will motivate you to actually become excellent. If you want to study ancient Greek history, go for it. You won't be earning a 100k entry salary at big tech, but hey, if you're happy, that's great. There's this beautiful Japanese concept of ikigai, which I learned about recently. It's about combining what you love, so this is something you're passionate about and really enjoy doing, what you're good at, so something you have skills and experience in, and what the world needs, something that other people value or need, and what you can be paid for, something you can make a living from. So comment down below what your ikigai is. For me, it's content creation, documenting my student life, and solving my own problems and sharing my lessons and solutions with you guys here on YouTube. I mean, worst case, you can still switch degree programs as I did. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I didn't quit physics because I thought it was a bad degree program. I still deeply love physics, but it just wasn't a thing I wanted to dedicate my university life to. I feel like the number of people who are switching degree programs is increasing nowadays, and today it's also way more accepted. If it happens, it's part of your journey. The major difference between our generation now and our parents' generation is that they went to uni, got a degree, and worked more or less the same job their entire lives. Our generation won't have a degree that can fully prepare us for a lifelong career. I'm 20 at the moment and I'm sure that I will need to change and reinvent myself multiple times in my life. So when I look at future-proof university degrees, they should ideally check these boxes. The most important thing for me is to keep a lifelong student mindset. By learning to be flexible and studying the fundamentals, for me it's finances, relationships and health, we can get ahead of most people. I wish you the best on your journey. Stay focused.